for the people of Oklahoma, what are the messages you're hearing here that you're going to bring back home?
You know, first off, I thought J.D. Vance did an amazing job last night. And, you know, the imagery of him being from Appalachian and from the wrong side of the tracks and raised by a grandmother and a mom that struggled with addiction, and like so many Americans, and then versus Donald Trump Jr. was saying, hey, I was born and was raised in Trump Tower. And then those two guys now are good buddies. The American dream is alive and well. And I think that's what our party represents. It doesn't matter where you come from, who your parents are. This is a meritocracy. Anything is possible in America. And that's the Republican platform. That's our free market principles that we believe and hold so dearly in this country.
And there's so many meetings that go on while you're here at the RNC. What messages are you bringing from Oklahoma to the national party, the things they need to be paying attention to?
You know, I just spoke at the Oklahoma breakfast and then was on a couple other media hits. But I think it's just this Oklahoma has a lot of common sense. And I tell people all the time, people are tired of politics. They're tired of the fighting. Let's just focus on making sure we've got the best education for our kids, the best infrastructure, roads and bridges, the best health care, and then the best economy. And we know that the Republican principles of free markets and limited government are the best for Americans. Because when we think about energy, for example, our side believes in free enterprise, all of the above approach. We believe in drilling. We believe in meeting the needs of Americans with our own resources. Oklahoma is number 3 in the country in wind energy versus the other side. They want to tell you what stove you can have in your house. They want to tell you what car you can drive. They want to limit drilling activity. They want to limit fossil fuels. And what's that doing? That's causing everything to go up. That's making inflation soar. And so that's where I think people are waking up in America to the policies that we have of free markets versus the other side. And that's why Trump's going to win in a landslide.
You were saying that people need to stop fighting, and yet one of the chants we've heard every night here is fight, fight, fight. How do you square that circle, especially following the frightening events of last Saturday?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I say stop fighting, the political fighting, when we're saying fighting, it's our principles and our values that we're talking about, and we're letting those be known, and that's the democratic process. But as you know, Congress doesn't get a lot done. That we've got to start listening to the American people, and they're taking their kids to soccer practice and piano lessons and heating their homes and their businesses. And they're tired of the left sitting there telling them what stove to use or driving up the cost of everything at the grocery store. And so we just want our politicians to be thinking about the American people, and that's what President Trump does. And you can see the elite media fighting him every step of the way. But that's what I mean. I mean, we need to come together and we need to start focusing on the basic things, and that's the America that we all love and grew up in.
You kind of pointed this out, that Donald Trump is a very different human from J.D. Vance. What do you think about the ticket going forward?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's fantastic. You've got Trump, who's bigger than life and billionaire business guy and grew up in New York City. And then you've got someone from the Rust Belt and someone working class. And I think that's the appeal of the Republican Party right now. In Oklahoma, we're 12% Hispanic, and they voted for me overwhelmingly because guess what? They believe in God, and they're very faith-focused, and they believe in family, very family-focused, entrepreneurial, hardworking. And so I think we're just spreading the tent, and people are starting to realize that African-American community, that they should believe like we do in faith and family and free markets, and that is the best thing for the middle class. And I think that's why Trump's going to win in a landslide, and I'm excited about J.D.
Tonight's theme is Make America Great Again. It's a very familiar theme, but what are you expecting? Because, Donald Trump, his rallies, he does love to talk.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long he's going to talk for. But, man, this place is going to go crazy when he takes the stage. And if you don't believe that divine intervention saved his life, it's just when you think about, he had to turn just the perfect angle for the bullet to miss his head. It's just unbelievable. And so I think that's why there's just a lot of momentum and excitement here, is because this could be a totally different convention had God not saved him, as he just kind of turned very, very quickly at the end to look at a monitor. And But man, there's a lot of questions. I told this to the Oklahoma group. I said, you know, we could pick 5 deer hunters in Tulsa, Oklahoma that could have protected the president better than that, because the roof from 130 yards away, the only single building, and we let a sniper get up there and take a shot at the president, and unfortunately we lost an American's life. It's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.